Egypt in 1952. They are named after Martin Bodmer, who purchased them. The papyri contain segments from the Old and New Testaments, among others. In 2007, the Vatican Library acquired Bodmer Papyrus 14 and 15, which contains portions of the Gospel of St. John and St. Luke written around 175-225 AD. It is generally described as the most significant papyrus of the New Testament to be discovered so far. That's why it is very, very important, not only to people of faith, not only to Christians, but also to historians and to culture in general. And fourth, if I may add, Gary and Meredith have been and are great friends of the Holy See, of the Catholic Church and Catholics, and of this permanent observer mission of the Holy See to the United Nations. Ladies and gentlemen, in the name of Pope Francis, Archbishop Paul Richard Gallagher will now confer upon Mr. Gary Louis Krupp the highest rank, the Grand Cross of the Pontifical Equestrian Order of St. Gregory the Great, and to Mrs. Meredith Krupp, Dame of the Grand Cross of the Pontifical Equestrian Order of St. Gregory the Great. And since it's ladies first, Archbishop Gallagher will confer the honor to Meredith. Thank you. Congratulations, Gary and Meredith.
Franciscus Pontifex Maximus, cum compertum habeamus de optime esse meritam de Ecclesia, ut preces nobis adibitas libenti animo excipientes, conspicuam nos tibi benevolentiae nostre testificationem publice exhibeamus te Meredith Krupp e federatis civitatibus Americi septentrionalis dominam a magna cruce ordinis Sancti Gregori Magni, eligimus facimus ac renunciamus tibi proinde facultatem tribuimus maximi etiam moduli nomisma argenteum sinistro in nexum pectoris lateri gestandi nec non privilegiis omnibus utendi quae cum hac dignitate sunt coniuncta datum Rome apud Sanctum Petrum die 18 mensis Iuni anno bismillesimo 18 Petrus Cardinalis Parolin, Secretarius Status.
As a dame of the Order of St. Gregory, Meredith already understands the Latin that was just done. But in case there's one person here who does not, we'll read it. I, Francis, Pontifex Maximus, greatest bridge builder, Pope, as I have found you worthy of the highest merits from the Church, with your permission, I would like to show you a conspicuous witness of my goodwill toward you. And for that reason, I choose, decree, and announce you, Meredith Sue Koch Krupp, from the United States of America, a dame of the Great Cross of the Order of St. Gregory the Great, and bestow upon you the permission to wear the silver medal connected to your left breast with all the other privileges being able to be used that are conjoined to this dignity, given in Rome before the tomb of St. Peter on the 18th of the month of June in the year 2018, signed Peter Cardinal Parolin, Secretary of State. Congratulations.
With a pin. You couldn't see.
Here, here.
I'm sorry, folks are coming right behind you. I apologize.
Franciscus Pontifex Maximus, cum compertum habeamus te optime esse meritum de Ecclesia, ut preces nobis adivitas libente animo excipientes, conspicum nos tibi benevolentiae nostre testificazione.
It's very, very hard for me to describe how I feel personally, but I do have to share with you that these honors that Meredith and I both received are actually shared to everybody in this room. All of our directors of Pave the Way Foundation, our advisors, and we are in 22 nations now. I think our advisors from Ukraine are here, and our directors. And I have to tell you that, to give you an example, we've talked about Papyrus. My brother-in-law, Harry Epstein, who's here, is the one who found the donor to come up with the money to acquire this, to give. So everybody has contributed. Richard Kandel runs holiday parties in Israel, has been monuments in Israel, and helps us when I need to deal with the Israeli government. We have the connections to do it, and it's through him. And Brother David Carroll, who is one of our incredible, he's been with us absolutely from day one. He's our absolute authority on everything Middle East and everything else. And then our directors who are here, Stanley Brown, who's here with us, and we're actually going to be giving you a major gift from Stanley Brown within the next month, which is a fantastic peace cross which is created. Dan, it's absolutely incredible. I'm Nick Drexel, who is actually the grandnephew of St. Catherine Drexel, who's part of us, part of our organization, has been with us in Israel, in London as well, and has been absolutely incredible. So the work that we're doing is not that we're doing it. Our director for Germany, for example, is in the secret archives at least once every 2 months, finding the research and the documents. He's the guy doing the research. We're putting it together, but I can't take credit for doing this for Pius XII. This is the action of God and all of the people who are with us. But I do want to tell you one thing which is very, very significant. You have to do this work. You know, if you believe in evil, you have to believe in God. You have to believe in goodness. God exists. I can prove to an atheist that God exists because things have happened to us that are absolutely, in fact, just to tell you that today these documents were signed June 18th on my birthday. And I promised my son Brett, who's over here, that I wouldn't mention that today is his birthday, but I'm not mentioning it. But it's also October 1st, 2002, that Bill Cox, our attorney who's here, signed the original Articles of Incorporation for Pave the Way Foundation on this day 16 years ago. And so all of the people involved with us have contributed to this. Father Hector is back there. Vincent Levian over here from the Diocese of Brooklyn. Not done yet. Elliot's last. Elliot's last. I had to enumerate everything else, but everybody involved, our religious leaders, Pastor Larry is with us. He works with the veterans in the prisons. He's the pastor of the jail. We help him with that. Our friends from North Carolina, the Kelleher's are here, working with migrants, legal migrants, agricultural migrants in North Carolina. We have.
And our last word tonight will be from Archbishop Paul Richard Gallagher, Secretary of Relations for States of the Holy See. Archbishop Gallagher.
I'm grateful for this invitation from Archbishop Hauser to say a few concluding remarks. And I'm also grateful to him for the invitation to confer the awards upon Gary and Meredith this evening. It's a great honor for me to be able to do so in the name of the Holy Father and of the Holy See. And I want to thank Archbishop Bowser for the hospitality that myself and Monsignor Richard Gira have received this last week during the General Assembly. It's always a pleasure to come to New York, but seeing as I've been coming more frequently, I'm beginning to understand a little bit about this great city and its people, and it's a great pleasure, and it's a great pleasure to be in this house, and where it's a hive of activity on behalf of the Holy See, principally, but also in interreligious and other relations which foster the work of the Holy See and foster the work that the mission is doing at the UN. I'm also grateful to Archbishop Bowser for his remarkable revisionist approach to British history. That he certainly has broken new things. That the Gallaghers could be described in relationship to Gregory the Great in relation to the history of the Anglo-Saxons will surprise many people on the Emerald Isle. But I do wish to join my personal words of congratulations to Gary and Meredith on this unique award that they have received, this honour that has been bestowed upon them in recognition for many things, not solely for Pave the Way, of which so many of you are associated, but obviously through many, many other activities that the Holy See has judged to be worthy of recognition and indeed of praise, and ultimately of our imitation and support. So congratulations to you and to all those associated with you to whom you've made reference in your speeches this evening. It's important that whatever we see in the world that is worthy of praise, as St. Paul the Apostle says, whatever is good, whatever is noble, whatever is worthy of merit, that we should recognize it and we should encourage it. And I think that is indeed the spirit of this award this evening. We hope that the many good things will yet come from your work, the activities of Pave the Way, for the benefit of relations between the Holy See, Israel, between Christian peoples and the Jewish community throughout the world. And for this, we give thanks to you, and we thank God, and we ask God to bless you still. Thank you very much.
I have one very, very quick. There's one person who asked me not to say anything, but I am going to say something, because without Father Livio Poloniato, who's here, he guided us every inch of the way in the Pius XII work that we did as one of the world's experts in this particular subject. So,
You are from
Yes, you do.